Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Yes, students, tell your friends to join quickly, no?
Yes, ma'am, told. They will join.
Okay. Yes, students, in last class, I was discussing the question paper. Today, you want me to discuss the question paper or you want me to do revision, revision of third module and fourth module? First module, I have already done. I think second module revision I have not done. If you want me to do the revision of second module and third module, so I'll discuss case study and innovative question. Hardly it will take 5-10 minutes, and after that I will do revision. Okay, students, as you all know, in all the test question papers, we are giving case study and innovative question. The case study question will be, I'll give you one scenario. So based on the scenario, I will ask a question based on software testing. So you have to answer for those questions. And innovative question is, innovatively, you have to implement your ideas. So generally, so what happens if I give a scenario like design? Assume I have given you a website for a department management, MCA department website I have given. So in MCA department website, I have designed so many pages. So first is a home page, then for admin or for the faculties, a specific login is given, maybe to enter the attendance or to enter the details of any proctoring or to schedule the proctor meeting, the login credential has given. So that login credential is not given to the students. So the login credential is given only to the staff. So based on that, based on that case, I will ask a specific question. Any other test for this scenario? How you want to test this scenario, for this scenario? How you want to implement a test cases innovatively? So each students will write a different test cases. Correct, now, students? Each students will write a different test cases. Here I cannot say it as when generally if I give a write a test case question, a test case, write some list out some test cases or write some typical test cases for this scenario, means everybody will write a different cases, test cases. If I ask you to write a test case only for the specific functionality, I have designed a registration form. I have designed a registration form. You have to write a case study only for the registration form. Means all students what they write, they will write case study questions only for the registration form. If I ask a same question like this, design any innovative case study, design any innovative case study, n number of innovative case studies or test cases, n number of test cases, which you can implement in a which you can implement in a MCA department. MCA department is a project for this MCA department project, how innovatively you can test the functionalities. So see students, here I am not specifically telling that you have to write test cases only for the registration form, or you have to write test cases only for the login credentials or login page. Any test case you can write. So innovatively each students will write a different answer. So whereas in the case of case study, I may take some specific case and I may ask you to write which type of test cases have implemented in this particular test case. Then what the students will write, each students will write a same answer, no, because in the case study, whatever the test cases have implemented, you have to write answer only for. I'll give an example. Wait. See, this is a case study. This is a case study. This is one case study. This is a research paper. This research paper is on system testing. Here we are doing system testing using black box testing. Using black box testing, equivalence partition, case study at garbage bank management. So here the what is application? The application here is garbage bank management information system on Karya Sentosa. So this is the project they have given. So in this case study, here what they have given, the software, the testing software, the black box testing, how the black box testing is implemented. See here some of the terminologies they have used. Here some of the categories they have made. Incorrect or missing function we have to check. Interface errors we have to check. Error in data structure or external database access we have to check. Behavior and performance error we have to check. Initialization and termination errors we have to check. These are all the these are all the categories where we can implement the test cases. Yes, students, here if I give a specific scenario, if I give a specific case study, and if I ask you write how the boundary value analysis is done in this particular specific case, this garbage management. The garbage management, this project is done on garbage management. So how the test case is implemented in garbage management, how the boundary value analysis is done in the garbage management, and how the equivalence partition is done in the garbage management. If I ask specifically, then each student will write a specific answer. If I take a same scenario, and if I ask you write the boundary value condition for this garbage bank management system, then you will write a different test question, different boundary values. If I ask write a different test cases for garbage bank management system, so then what you write, you will write a different test cases. Yes, but if I ask you specifically write how the boundary value is taken in this garbage management, then the students will write specifically about the boundary values. The students will specifically write about the fuzzing. The students will write specifically about the graph based testing. So specifically, if I ask, then you will write a specific. If I ask generally innovative, how innovatively you can implement the test cases, then you will write your own test cases, students. You will write your own test cases. So this is an example I have taken. So this is a case study. Just I am discussing. So similarly, I may I'll give the case study material before the test 2-3 days, or before 2-3 days only. I will give you the test case material. So you have to study the test case material and you have to answer for the case study question. You have to answer for the case study. This case study is based on garbage bank management information. So for this, for T3, I may give you some other case study. So study the case study and you have to answer for the questions which I will give in the test question paper. An innovative question, I may ask you to design the test case for garbage management, or design the test case for department management, or design the different innovative test cases for hospital management. Like this, I may give questions. Yes, students, understood? Case study and innovative. Yes, any doubt? Case study and innovative. Students, I have not shared the screen, no? At least you can tell, no? What I am showing. Huh?
Yes, ma'am. Share the screen, ma'am.
Now you are telling. Till now, what you people did? I thought I have shared the screen. What you people are simply logged in, or really you are attending class? Huh? Spurti, Rizwan, you could have told me, no? Spurti, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you are not able to see anything, no, ma'am. Then you could have told me before only, ma'am, we are not able to see anything. I thought I have shared the screen.
Ma'am, we thought you're just, saying like what you're doing
Okay,
right now.
okay, fine. See, now I think now you can see. See here, this is the case study for garbage management system. And here, if I again I'm repeating, if I ask you specifically, write the boundary value for garbage management system, or write how the interface errors we can find in the garbage management, how the behavior or performance we can find in the garbage management. If I ask specifically or based on some case study, so that will become a case study question. If I ask generally, write any innovative test cases on hotel management, hospital management, or garbage management, water management, resources management, human management, any application if I take, and if I ask you to write the innovative test cases, then it will become a innovative question. And this is a before the test only I will give the material for case study question students, but innovative questions, so in the syllabus only I can ask any innovative question, so I cannot so only for the case study question I'll share the material. In GCR only I'll share the material. Is it clear for case study and innovative? Yes, students, any doubt in case study and innovative questions? If you don't have any doubt, then directly I'll go to module 2 and I'll start doing revision. Module 2. Okay, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, students, in the first module, what we learned is what is software testing, how we are implementing a software testing, and different categories of software testing. Here, perspective on a testing. This is the second module, and this book is this is a prescribed book for your second module, third module, and fourth module. For second, third, and for these three modules, you have to refer this book, that is Software Testing by Craftsman, third edition. So here the basic definitions: what is error, what is fault, what is failure, what is incident, test case. The error, people make error. So generally people make mistake, or the human being make mistake. That making mistake is nothing but a error. These mistakes are called as bugs. These mistakes are called as bug. And a fault. Fault, it is a result of error. The fault is nothing but it is a result of error. Failure, when I will come to know, when without writing exam, can I decide whether I'll pass the exam or I'll fail the exam? No. So without executing the program, I cannot say my program is succeeded, or I cannot say that I have got failure in the program. I have to execute. So when I execute, when it finds any faults, then I can say there is a failure in the project. There is a failure in the program. So the failure, it occurs when fault executes. When fault execute, then the failure comes. When there is no fault, then fault will not execute, then there is no failure in the program. Incident means general meaning of incident means something will happen. If somebody for if some accident happens, then some incident has happened, something has happened. So similarly here in the programming language, with the error, if I am not able to succeed, or if I am not able to reach my goal, then the incident has happened. What incident? Because I have done some mistake, I have not able to achieve the success. So because of some mistake, so I'm getting a failure in my project. An incident is the symptom associated with failure that alerts the user to be occurrence of the failure. Testing is concerned with errors, faults, failures, and incidents. Test case has an identity and it is associated with program behavior. It has some identity and it is associated with program behavior. And this is a life cycle of testing. This is a life cycle of testing, or you can also call this as a V model. Why V model? Because this structure represent as a V. See, this V I have written on, this structure represents a V. Here in the life cycle of this software testing, in 3 phases, students, in 3 phases, the errors can be inputted, and in three phases, the error can be outputted. Means we can take out the error. See here, the requirement specification, this is the initial stage, the design is the second stage, and the coding. Here, the developer is implementing his ideas. The developer is implementing his ideas. The first requirement specification, is collected from the customers or from the client. While collecting the requirements, we may do some mistakes. See, that's why here in three phases, the error is inputted. While designing, I may do some error. While writing a code, I may do error. Once I write the code, next is the incident is happening. What is that incident? What is that action? The testing is happening. In the testing, the fault classification, the errors, the faults will be classified. It may be the syntax error, logical error, or some other issues. So everything will be classified, and fault isolation. The faults will be segregated, and the faults will be for resolution. So the fault will be resolved. If any, the fault will be fixed in these 3 process. In these three phases, the errors will be removed. In these 3 places, we may do mistakes and error may occur in the program. So this is the life cycle of testing, and this is a typical test case format. Test case ID, because I cannot say test case 1, 2, 3, 4, because for first page, assume that my project is containing 4 to 5 forms. So in each form, when I do testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for first page, and for second page also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I give, then I'll be in the confusion. Test case 1 is for which page I have given a test case 1, because for all the 5 pages, the test case ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only I have given, no? So I may be in a confusion. So for that, we have to give a specific ID, a unique ID we have to give. And the purpose of the test case: preconditions, input, expected output, post condition, and the execution history. So Venn diagram. In the Venn, this is very important. So this is a test case universe, this box. So here the 3 portions are there. See, main one thing, students, in testing, what is the what we are going to find out is, I have expected something. I have expected this semester I'll get FCD, I'll get distinction, but so this is my expectation. But the observed behavior is what the program, how the program is behaving, how my result is coming. I'm getting only first class. I'm getting only first class. Is both are matching, students? Because my wish is I should get FCD, but my result is first class. Both are not matching. So I have to check what mistake I have done. The checking is nothing but the testing. A simple example I am giving, student. The testing is nothing but a checking why I have not, maybe I may go for revaluation, or I may ask VT or university to send my Xerox copy of my answer sheet. So there are different possible ways to know where I went wrong. That testing is nothing but a test case. So here the S represents the specification expected. What I have expected here, students, in my example, I was expected FCD. But what is my result? In bantu nan result ಏನು ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಫೇಲ್ ಆದ್ನಾ? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಎಸ್, are you people are listening? So my result is first class. So both are not matching. So I'll go for testing. So testing means I want to find out where I went wrong, what mistake I have done. So that is nothing but a testing. So the next very important thing, concept is the types of testing. So fundamentally, there are two types of testing, that is functional testing and structural testing. Functional testing is also known as black box testing. Black box testing has two distinct advantages. That is, it is independent. How the software is implemented, implementation changes, still test case useful. The test case development can occur in a parallel implementation. And the structural testing, please respond, students. If you don't respond, then what is the use of doing revision? I'm asking something, no? Just now I discussed the same thing only. I'm asking, no, I'm not asking this a question which is out of syllabus or which I have not discussed. I'm taking a simple example. I'm trying to do the revision. The structural testing is also known as clear box testing and white box testing. Here we are bothering about the structural and the internal implementation, how the internal implementation has done. So this is white box testing. The level of testing. This is also represented in V model. This is also represented in V model. The requirement specification, preliminary design, detailed design, coding, and here the level of test means how we test one by one, the level. Unit testing. At a time, we are not going to check the complete project. Each unit will be tested first unit wise. First the login page, then the registration form, then the placement details, then the admission form. So one by one, step by step, we are going to check. Then the system will be integrated. All the small units, the subunits will be combined together, and that after combining, it will become the integration of all the units. That the integration testing will be done. Then at the end, the complete whole system will be tested. So this is a level of testing. Generalized pseudocode. Pseudocode means a natural language. Read AB. Read AB means the system is going to read A and B values. So this is a natural language. This is a natural language system, a natural language. So this writing a program in the natural language, we can say that as a pseudocode. can say that as a pseudo code. If I write scanf %d ampersand a ampersand b, then that is a representation in the form of a programming language. If I write read a comma b, then that will become a pseudo code. Here the pseudo code for comment line, pseudocode for variable declaration, pseudocode for testing, looping, for loop, everything. The example is given. This is very important concept, students. The triangle problem. In most of the example, this triangle problem is used. Here in the triangle problem, we need to, last class also I discussed. You want me to skip? Shall I skip and go to the next topic, students? Yes, students? Skip madla.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next day problem. This also many times I have explained. You want me to repeat the next day problem?
No, ma'am.
Anybody? Anybody want? Currency converter. This is a GUI commission problem. Yes, students. If you have any doubt, any doubts. If you have, then I'll do revision, because these examples I have repeated so many times. In last class also I have discussed triangle problem, this commission problem. Yes, you need discussion one more time. Boundary value. The students, boundary value. Respond, no. You people are listening.
Yes, ma'am. Listening, ma'am. Boundary value also not required, ma'am.
Not required. Okay.
Yes,
Boundary value is not required, no?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
students, anybody want me to do revision on boundary value? No. Good. Yes, Savita. Savita, can you hear me, Savita? I think she is there. I can see. Give one example for boundary value analysis. You don't have any doubts, no? You understood everything. You please give me example for boundary value analysis. Or you tell me what you understood by boundary value analysis. ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಮಾತಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ there is no use of revision class. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲೂ ನಾನೇ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ? Fast. Savita, I think you are able to hear me. Manjunath?
Yes, ma'am.
Give an example for boundary value analysis.
Age in voting system.
ಅದೇ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳಿ.
ಅದನ್ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಅದಾ? Number, phone number, ma'am. 10 digits number.
Okay. Priyanka. Okay, Manjunath. Priyanka. Priyanka. Priyanka, can you hear me, Priyanka? Priyanka. Priyanka, you're not responding. You will not get attendance for today's class because you're not attending the class. Simply you have logged in and you're not attending my class. Pavitra, can you hear me, Pavitra?
Yes, ma'am.
Pavitra, can you give me example for boundary value analysis other than what Manjunath has given?
Ma'am,
A-
voting.
Already has
Voting.
given voting and phone number he has given. I want any other example.
Any other?
Hmm.
Cricket team, only 11 members should, 12 members or 11 members should be there. Like
Okay.
that. Hi, Krishna. Tell me.
Any other?
I'm good. How are you? Any other?
Ramya? Okay, Pavitra, you're right. Ramya? See, those who don't answer no, at least you unmute and you speak out something so that I'll come to know you people are attending the class. If you don't respond, then today's class attendance will not get. Savita, I'll mark absent for you.
Ma'am,
Yeah, no.
except six digits.
I should tell you that I'm not going to mark you. I'm going to mark you absent. I should tell you even after telling only you will respond for my questions. Huh? What is this? You people are not small kids, no, not school children, PG students. At least you can unmute and you can tell, no, do you know the answer or not? Ramya, Savita, Ramya, I'll mark absent. They're not responding. Gangubai,
Ma'am, ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ma'am.
ನನಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಅಮ್ಮ ಹೇಳು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹೇಳು
Password field only accept 6 digits to 10 digits.
ಮತ್ತೆ so minimum you have given minimum range is 4 and maximum is 10. So it should not be more than 10 and less than 4. Okay, correct. Okay, students. So next we have the next module, that is third module. Boundary value testing, equivalence class testing, and decision table testing. The boundary value. Any program can be considered to be a function in the sense that program input from its domain and program output from its range. So the boundary value here, we are taking two values, that is x1 and x2, and the value of x1 and x2 lies between a and b. The value of x2 lies between c and d. So here what we are doing, students, we are setting the minimum and maximum range. As Gangubai told, the password size it should not be less than 4 and it should not be greater than 10. So within that range only, sometimes if you do any registration, when you give a password, there the down it will show the status: weak password, strong password, medium range. The range it will show. Why? Because already in the program they have designed if it is a combination of alphabets, digits, and special symbol, then the password is strong. If only 1 2 3 4 5, then it is weak. If 1 2 3 ABC, then it will be medium. So based on what the password we give, what combination we give, the password strength will be checked, and the range is minimum 4 digits and maximum 10 digits. It should not have more than 10 digits. So like that the boundary value will be set. So you see, this is a range. You see within this box. So if I give here 0 1 2 3 4 5 up to 10, so from 1 to 10 this is the range. So if it is above the range, then it will come under the worst case. So again the same examples, the next day problem, enumeration data, and the Boolean variable. So these are all the variable types of these are all the some of the examples which they have taken to demonstrate the boundary value analysis. In next day problem, the day should not be less than 0 and it should not be more than 31. Correct? No? If it is less than 31 means we have so many months which is having the days 30 days. and we don't have any month which is having the days more than 31. Correct, no? So that range, the year also you can fix the range from 2000 to 2020. So my minimum range is 2000 and the maximum range is 2020. And the enumeration data type, in enumeration data type, we can set our own data type, like the number of days, number of colors, number of students. So the maximum and minimum range we can decide. And Boolean variables. In Boolean variables, the value is either true or false, or 0 or 1. So the robust testing. So it is a simple extension of boundary value testing. It is a simple extension of boundary value testing. The most interesting part of this robust testing is not with the input, but it is with the expected output. Here in robust testing, we are not bothering about the input. Here the output is, the robust testing is based on the expected output. The main value of robust testing is that it forces attention on exception handling with the strongly typed language. Robust testing, it may look awkward sometimes, but the robust testing is very much necessary. And if the value is outside the range, if the value is outside the range, results in runtime error that about the normal execution. Yes, students, just now when I was explaining the boundary value, I told you this range, this 1 to 10, C to D. So the value should be lies between C to D only. You can see yes, please mute yourself, students. So if I give the value, above the D, more than D, then it will go under a robustness. It will go under the robustness. So here what happens? The termination of the program may happen. Abnormally, the program execution will stop. Why? Because the input what I have given is, it is not within the range, so we don't get the expected output. I gave you the array example. I gave, when I was explaining this, I gave you the array example. When the array size is 5, when we try to input 6 variables, then it is not under its control. Why? Because the size is only 5. The capacity of the array is only 5 to hold only 5 digits. When we are inserting 6th digit, then abruptly the program will be terminated. The worst case testing comes. I gave the program, the function example. No, when we are hosting some event, some function, then we have to be ready for the worst case also. If more guests comes, then what alternatives we have to do. So similarly, in software testing also, if anything goes wrong, if the person is given the value other than the boundary value, then what should happen? The program should not terminate abruptly. So some proper error message, some limitation message should be given properly in the program to maintain the worst case scenario. Special case, I gave the video example. For special case, there is no specific guidelines or rules is given. It is depending on the situation. Every time the special case will not come, students. If any critical case, if any emergencies, or if anything goes wrong, only then the special case will come into picture. So it depends, the judgment of this special case is based on the judgment of the best engineer, because the best engineer will be having so much of experience. He will be able to handle the situations properly. Yes, students, following again the same question, test cases for triangle problem. Yes, students, following artha agta idya?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you people are listening?
Yes, ma'am.
So again, the same test cases for triangle problem. Here I gave the example, no, the salesperson example. Salesman 1, salesman 2. If he sells a refrigerator, 11 refrigerator, some amount of incentive he is getting. You want me to repeat this example, or shall I skip, students? Murli, you are the representative. You can tell. Murli.
Yes, ma'am. Once explain us.
Want me to explain? Okay, student. Here, some of the case study test case, the test case for the triangle problem. So, what is the triangle problem? Is in triangle problem we have to test the sides. There we are not bothering about the they are not bothering to find the area of a triangle. There we should know whether the given triangle is scalene, isosceles, or scalene, isosceles, equilateral, or it is whether it is a triangle or not. So these 4 cases we have to check. So how I write the test case? I write the test case whether all the sides are equal, whether any 2 sides are equal, whether all the sides are different, like this, different test cases I write. So similarly, I have taken one example here. Here I have taken two salesperson, and I am telling that each salesperson I have given he has to sell a refrigerator per month. He has to sell 10 refrigerator. On each extra sale, they are getting 2,000 incentive. When this salesperson sale 11 refrigerator, means extra 1 he is selling, so he'll get 2,000. When he sells extra 4, then he'll get 8,000. So based on this scenario, whichever the test cases you want to implement, you can implement. How in triangle problem we check the sides of all the ABC, whether both the sides are equal, whether all the sides are equal, like that you can implement the test case here. Some of the guidelines for boundary value analysis. They share the common assumptions that the input variable are truly independent. The input variable are truly independent, but we should have some basic assumptions. Like in triangle problem, in next day problem, the day value should not be less than 0, or it should not be 0. It should not be less than 1. Correct? No? It is a common sense of human that a day never be less than 1. It will be minimum 1, from 1 to 31. Some common assumptions, basic assumptions we have to do, and we have to generate a proper error message. If we are giving a day value 0 or day value 32, then immediately the proper message should be given in the program. And appropriate test cases we have to write, and appropriate variable and properly the looping conditions we have to write, and immediately the error message, if anything goes wrong, immediately the error message should be given in the program. Decision table. See, this decision table has 4 portions. The part to the left of the bold vertical line is a stub portion, and the right side of the entry portion. See here, this is a decision table. Here the top here, the headings. Here we write the headings, and down we are going to write the entries in this table. And here whatever the entries we write, students, so every time we cannot say those entries are exact values. Sometimes the entries are assumption values also. Sometimes the entries are assumption values also. And here we in this decision table we have one important condition, that is don't care entry. We have don't care entry. So when we'll say don't care entry, we'll see here. So a column in the entry portion is a rule. See here, as I told, this column here we write a headings. So these headings are nothing but the rules. The columns in the entry portion is a rule. So this is rule 1. I'll write. Rule R1. Yeah. This serial number. I'll give this as a serial number. R1, R2, R3, and so on. So the column values are rules. Rules indicates which action, if any are taken for the circumstance indicated in the condition portion of the rule. I'll give you in the next slide. I have one table, so there you will get a clear idea. When C1 and C2, means condition 1 and condition 2 students. Condition 1 according to the rule. See, according to the rule, if here we write the condition C1. Correct. Here we write the condition C1, C2. Like this, we write the condition. So listen carefully. See, if when C1 and C2 both are true, then and C3 is false, then action 1 and action 3 occurs. See, this is a predefined table. It has given in the decision table. When condition 1 and condition 2 both are true and condition 3 is false, then action 1 and action 3 is going to occur. The entry for C3 in the rule where condition 1 and condition 2 are false. When condition 1 and condition 2 are false, then it is a don't care entry. See, when you are absent for first test, when you are present for T1 and T2, and when you are present for, yes, students, listen carefully this example, and when you are absent for this T3, T1 T3 ke na present idini. The student is present for T1 and T3, and for the student is present for T1 and T2, and for T3 the student is absent. So I can take the average marks of these two. Alva, I can take the average marks of these two. When a student is absent for T1 and T2, and if the student is present only for T3, what is the use? Anyway, he is not going to get the average detained in the internals. The student is detained because of internal marks, because the student is not getting average. But in the first case, anyway, he has attended 1 and 2, tested 1 and tested 2. So I can, by giving the assignment marks, I can make the average marks. Alva, when a student is not attended T1 and T2, then there is no chance of getting average in the subject, average marks in the subject. Correct, no? Yes, students, understood? Understood this example?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When correct, no? When you take your own example only, when you people are when you did not attend T1 and T2, then if you write a T3, also you will not get average. You will not get average. So here, when C1 and C1 is true and C2 is false, then here this scenario we are calling this as a don't care entry. Don't care entry, we are saying. So the same thing is represented in the table, the portion of decision table. Here the columns are representing rules and the rows are representing action and condition. See, the above one is condition and the below rows are actions. So here we can calculate the degree. So wherever we have this hyphen, there you can count this as 1, 2, 3, and the formula to calculate a degree is, or the rule count is 2 to the power of n. Here the 2 to the power of n value is 5, so 2 to the power of 5 is to 32. So here the rule count is 32, 16, 8. Yes, any doubt here? How the value is 16, how the value is 8, how the value is 32? Any doubt? Any doubt, students? Any doubt? Respond no. At least you can say no.
No, ma'am.
Yes?
No, ma'am. No doubt.
No. Again the same next day problem, take the values and you can see for the next day problem and for the triangle problem, writing the decision table is easy. Why? Because there the number of values are fixed. The number of value, in the month, the number of days may be 28 or 29 or 30 or 31. So it is countable. I can imagine the in a month the days may be 30 or 29 or 30 or 31. But in the case of commission problem, I cannot imagine whether the salesperson is going to sell only 1 refrigerator extra or 10 refrigerator extra, because it depends on the customer. If customers are coming, only then he is able to sell the product. So the writing the decision table for commission problem is difficult compared to triangle problem and next day problem. Correct? No? Understood? Why? The reason is, in triangle problem we have only 3 variables. The triangle may be either equilateral or scale-in or isosceles. But in the case of commission problem, I cannot say how many refrigerator or how many products the salesperson is going to sell. So that is the reason why it is difficult for the salesperson. It is difficult for us to write the decision table, write the correct decision table. I can just assume some of the values and I can write. But without assumption, it is difficult to draw the decision table in commission problem. Students, this is the 3rd module. In the next class, I'll explain you 4th module. Okay, students, is it okay? In the next class, I'm going to explain your 4th. I'm going to do revision on 4th module. Okay, students. Yes, students. Tomorrow you have first hour, no, testing. So tomorrow I may not be able to take the class. I'll inform you in the WhatsApp group. So tomorrow, I think you'll not be having a software testing class tomorrow. So answer your attendance.
Ma'am, do we have class on Saturday?
Yeah, you have on Saturday. Why, you have any other event Saturday?
No, ma'am.
Tomorrow I may not take, but Saturday I'll take. Just answer your attendance, students. Asta?
Present, ma'am.
How are you, Asta, now?
No, ma'am, good.
Abhinav? Aishwarya?
Present, ma'am.
Ambrish?
Yes, ma'am.
Manu?
Present, ma'am.
Harbaz? Arjun? Past? Time up already. Arjun? Ashok?
Present, ma'am.
Benita?
Present, ma'am.
Bhargavi? Bhavisha?
ma'am.
Chaitra,
Present, ma'am.
Dev, Diksha,
Present, ma'am.
Deepika L,
Present, ma'am.
Deepika M, Deepika M, Murli,
Present, ma'am.
Gangubai,
Present, ma'am.
Harshit,
Ma'am, Gudiya.
Gudiya, हाँ, Gudiya,
Present, ma'am.
Harshit, Junjar, Junjar, Kavya,
Present, ma'am.
Kishore, Lata,
Yes, ma'am.
Manisha,
Present, ma'am.
Manjunath, Manjunath,
Yes, ma'am.
Nayana,
Present, ma'am.
Neelanjan, Nishant, Pavitra,
Present, ma'am.
Priyanka, Maithili,
Present, ma'am.
Priyanka,
Present, ma'am.
Pavan, Akash, Rajeshwari,
Present, ma'am.
Rakesh, Ramya,
Present, ma'am.
ಇವಾಗ ಮೈಕ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ರಶ್ಮಿ,
Present, ma'am.
ರವಿಶಂಕರ್,
Ma'am, Rashmi present.
ರಿಜ್ವಾನ್,
Present, ma'am.
ವಿಶಾಲ್,
Present, ma'am.
ಸವಿತಾ,
Yes, ma'am.
ಶ್ರುತಿ,
Present, ma'am.
ಸ್ನೇಹ,
Yes, ma'am.
ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ,
Present, ma'am.
ಶ್ರೀನಿಧಿ, ಶ್ರೀನಿಧಿ, ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್,
Present, ma'am.
ಸುನಿಲ್,
Present, ma'am.
ವೈಷ್ಣವಿ, ವೈಷ್ಣವಿ, ವಿನಿ. Okay, students, I'll stop here.
Present, ma'am.
Who is present? Vaishnavi.
Rashmi, ma'am.
I am. Okay, students, I'll stop here.